All right, let's get right into it. It is New Year's Eve, and we have an absolute beast of a college football game lined up, the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl. We're talking two true powerhouses, Michigan and Texas, about to go head-to-head. And you know what? We've got the inside scoop from a supercomputer that has simulated this game 10,000 times to see who really comes out on top.
So yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? When the dust settles, who is walking off that field holding the trophy? Michigan or Texas? Well, let me tell you, the numbers might just have a surprise in store for all of us.
You look at them on paper, and these two teams are basically mirror images of each other. The Michigan Wolverines and the Texas Longhorns, both sitting pretty at an identical 9-3 record. So you know this isn't just another bowl game. Nope, this is a straight-up clash of titans, both trying to prove they're the real deal.
But to really get a feel for this matchup, you gotta look past the records. This is truly a tale of two teams on two very, very different journeys to get here.
And listen, you absolutely cannot talk about this game without talking about the insane star power under center. I mean, this is one of the top quarterback duels of the entire bowl season. You've got Michigan's Bryce Underwood going up against Texas's Arch Manning. Get your popcorn ready because we should be in for some serious fireworks.
Okay, but here's where their stories really start to split. Michigan, well, they're kind of limping into this one. You know, they just got handed a tough 27-9 loss by their biggest rival, Ohio State. Meanwhile, Texas is flying high, riding a wave of momentum after a really solid 27-17 win over Texas A&M. We're talking about two completely different mindsets coming into this game.
And as if Michigan didn't have enough to deal with, there's this little bombshell. The whole program is in chaos. Their head coach just got fired, and now they've got an interim, Biff Poggi, stepping in for this one game. That's not just a distraction, that is a massive question mark hanging right over the Wolverines' heads.
So you have the drama, you have the momentum, but how does all of that actually translate into cold, hard numbers? Let's take a peek at what the betting lines are telling us.
First up, the spread. Vegas has Texas as a 5.5-point favorite in this one. The over-under, so the total points scored in the game, is set at 48.5. So the experts are expecting a pretty decent shootout.
And if you're just betting on who wins outright, the money line shows Texas as a pretty clear favorite at -219.
Okay, so that's what the betting public thinks, but what happens when you ignore all the noise and just feed the pure data into an advanced computer model? It's time to see what the Oracle has to say.
Now, hold on, we're not talking about just some random spreadsheet. The SportsLine projection model is an absolute beast. It runs every single college football game 10,000 times to figure out the most likely outcomes. And trust me, this thing has an incredible track record.
So how does it do it? Well, it runs all those simulations, sure, but it also dives deep into key team trends. And this is huge for this game, it factors in crucial player losses. Then it puts it all together and spits out a final verdict. It's nothing but pure, unbiased data.
So, after all that number crunching, what's the model's #1, top-rated, strongest prediction? It's not about who wins or loses. The model's absolute best bet is the under. It's basically screaming that this is going to be a lower scoring game than almost anyone thinks.
The big questions are why. Why is the computer so confident? Well, the logic here is pretty solid. First off, Texas's offense is seriously banged up. Their backfield has been completely gutted. We're talking losing their top 3 running backs. That's a huge blow. Then you look at history. Michigan's last 3 bowl games have been defensive slugfests, averaging just 40 total points. And on top of that, both of these teams just tend to play lower scoring games when they step out of their conference. The data is all pointing in one clear direction.
So what's the bottom line here? What's the key takeaway if you're trying to figure out how this game is actually going to shake out?
Well, the model doesn't just vaguely say take the under. Oh no, it gets super specific. It's projecting the final combined score of this game to be only 44 points.
Think about that. The betting line is all the way up at 48.5, but the computer projects just 44. That's a 4.5-point gap. In the world of sports analytics, that is a massive difference. The model sees something that most people are missing.
And just to make things a little more interesting, the model isn't finished. Beyond its really strong feeling about the total score, it also has a pick for that 5.5-point spread. It's saying one side of that bet hits in over half of its 10,000 simulations.
So here's where we are. All the data, all the trends, the key injuries, it all points to a tough, gritty, lower-scoring defensive battle. But
On the other side of the ball, you've got two absolute superstars at quarterback, Bryce Underwood and Arch Manning, guys who can completely rewrite a script on their own. So will the data win out, or will the stars shine bright and just defy the odds? I guess we're all going to have to watch to find out.